When the story ended, I, the designated villainess, lost everything. My own brother had me committed to a psychiatric hospital. My fate was to be tormented until I died, but I refused to let them control even the way I died. At the fairy tale wedding of the story's beloved heroine, in front of all the glittering guests, I threw myself into the sea. And just like that, Port Sterling lost its most outrageously wicked heiress. In her place, a small-time food vendor appeared on the streets of Riverbend, hawking braised meats from a cart. Until 3 years later, when a man stopped in front of my stall. He asked me if I wanted to go back and burn it all to the ground. I kept my head down, my knife moving deftly as I sliced beef on the cutting board. An old regular, one of my best customers, kept shooting glances at the man standing silently before my cart. Finally, his curiosity got the better of him and he leaned in. "B," he whispered, "who's this guy? You know friends this rich. Why are you out here selling braised pork knuckles?" My knife came down with a final, clean chop. I lifted my head, my gaze skipping over the old man and landing on Caleb Thorne, my voice even. "Oh, him? He used to be one of our house staff." The old man let out a short, barking laugh, as if I'd told the funniest joke he'd ever heard. "Get out of here. The way you pinch every penny, you? A high society lady? A real heiress wouldn't last a day out here," he said, picking up his bag with a grin. "She'd be crying for her daddy by lunchtime." He walked away, still chuckling. I pulled off my disposable gloves and smiled too. He was right. I was B, the woman who'd been selling braised meats on the street for 2 years. Not Beatrice Parrish, the arrogant, couture-clad heiress of Port Sterling. My smile faded. I put my hands on my hips and called out to the lingering customers. "All right, show's over, folks. Come and get it. Last 3 pork knuckles for the day. When they're gone, I'm gone." I sold the last one, packed it up, and watched the crowd disperse. Only then did a voice, tight with emotion, break the silence. "Beatrice, are you going to hide in this place and sling food for the rest of your life?" I didn't turn around. I just kept scrubbing the heavy pot under the faucet, the scouring pad scraping against the metal. He was quiet for a moment. When he spoke again, his voice was trembling. "B, your brother. Larry is looking for you, too. If you want to go back, I'll help you this time. I swear it." I shut off the water. The sudden silence was deafening. "Help me?" I turned, hoisting the clean pot onto the cart with a loud clang. "Caleb, is there anything left on me that you could possibly want?" He'd said he would help me once before. The result was him helping my brother drive the final, most vicious knife into my back. 3 years ago, after the heroine, Clara, got into a minor car accident, my brother and my childhood sweetheart jointly cornered me, leaving me with no way out. My father, on his deathbed, secretly pressed a card and a small USB drive into my hand. "Beatrice, go," he'd rasped. "Go now. To Switzerland. There's enough money there for you to live comfortably for the rest of your life. Don't ever come back." It was my only escape route in a world that had turned against me. I told no one. I only called Caleb, the one person I thought would leave a window open for me, even if the rest of the world wanted me dead. When I handed him the plane ticket, I didn't notice the conflict warring in his eyes. It wasn't until my limbs grew weak and my vision blurred that a cold dread washed over me. In the last second before I lost consciousness, I saw him pull the USB drive from my pocket. "B," he'd said, his voice devoid of all warmth. "People have to pay for their mistakes." When I woke up, I was in a psychiatric hospital. Later, on a newspaper I was allowed to read once a week, I saw the engagement announcement for Clara and Victor. The article gushed about the bride's staggering dowry, a fortune that would secure her place in high society. The amount they quoted was, to the dollar, the exact sum my father had left for me. How absurdly tragic. My father's last act of love for me had become the glittering centerpiece of her wedding. And now, the architect of my ruin was standing before me, his voice choked with emotion. "B, why do you have to be so stubborn? 3 years ago, you threw yourself into the sea right in front of us.